Hot take or hot ass. This is the first one. We're gonna grade every lottery picks aura. This is from somebody named Colin Butterlicorn, the Colin Dunks. Again, this is by their aura. Ricochet has a D. Sarr has a C minus. Reed Shepherd has a B plus. Stefan Castle has an A minus. Ron Holland has a B minus. Let's go to Zach Edey has a B plus. Mates has a C minus. And Bud Carrington has an A. I don't.
Bud Carrington.
Zach Edey got or.
He has an A. That makes sense though. Bud is like that. Zach Edey B plus. That's just Zach
Edey got or. I don't know what we about to do.
Man,
Zach Edey was my guy before I even knew
his presence when he was on the court. So you got to be aura.
Stop. All right. Summer League is here. People are overreacting. Now I'm not gonna lie. A lot of people are regretting their picks. I don't know if y'all heard. The Hawks viewed Reed Shepherd as a Patrick Mahomes level prospect. And you just hate your franchise, don't you? What? You just gotta.
There's so many layers to it because we was like, damn, they wasn't even considering Sarr. And then out of the two they did consider, they considered one of them the next Patrick Mahomes. And they still passed on him. Who the fuck do they think Zachary is?
I'm gonna let you introduce
Zachary. No.
Even if you think he's him, there is one flagrant reason why that is a stupid take. Finish your sentence, man. And I got first.
A Patrick Mahomes level comp is basically like saying, no, Glaze, there's a Jordan in this draft, but we're about to go in another direction.
They gotta think Zachary's Aaron Rodgers.
And even
literally, bro.
Do people really call him Zachary or Zach? I gotta know.
Zach with 2 C's. But yeah, the Hawks studies a Patrick Mahomes level. It makes me want to throw up. But so we have some summer league stats. People are redrafting. Zachary Ricochet and Alex Sarr's combined games, summer league so far, 49 points. This is both of them. 35% from the field, 23% from the three, 21 rebounds, 10 assists, 1 steal, 8 blocks. Reed Shepherd alone, 45 points, 56% from the field, 45% from three, 10 rebounds, 12 assists, and 10 stocks, 6 steals, 4 blocks. But I don't know if y'all have seen the footage from that shit. Reed Shepherd is kind of hooping, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
Has it only been one game?
2.
Not 2. He's played 2 games.
Okay.
2.
I've heard. I haven't seen Summer League. I probably should. I'm an NBA creator, but I haven't seen them things yet. Side note, the Mahomes shit. So he didn't even play his first year. So what the fuck is a Mahomes pro? Whatever. Next.
The lefty hook is good on glass.
That's impressive, Mark.
There's 4 quick points.
Well, I assume we're going to go with the left-hand dribble first. He's trying to
delivery on that play. Jerset skip pass to the corner. That is a slick dime. Ricochet cashes out.
This is some Ricochet highlight footage. And Ricochet looks good. I will say, especially that first game. I think that first game, he went pretty bananas. I'm not gonna lie. Alex Sarr has been underwhelming for a lot of people.
I heard that people like who y'all got over Sarr, which I don't think I'm too concerned about considering the defensive impact. I'm just hoping to be very straightforward. I'm hoping it's not another, and granted, we don't even know what this guy is going to become, but I hope it's not another Evan Mobley situation where it's like, all right, man, you gotta learn how to put that ball in that basket. But I already think Alexander Sarr has already been shown to be a really good defender. I did see that one, John.
Damo, what's your analysis on at least Sarr right now?
Sarr, young big, learning in the NBA. I haven't been deterred from what I've seen. Like Say said, the defensive impact is there. I know he was a project on offense. I'm not underwhelmed by him. When it comes to Zachary, he looks how I expect him to look. I said he'll peak at an 80 overall in 2K. He's looking like that's what his ceiling is, 80 overall in 2K. Doesn't look like that bad of a kid. A solid role player. I like him. My whole thing is, for another cycle, I'm going to be wrong. I fear I'm going to be extremely wrong about a Kentucky guard. And at this point, I'm going to just start jumping on the bandwagon for these niggas because every time I say I question one, they hoop. And I get that this is Summer League, but there's no reason why a rookie should step in a Summer League looking like a third-year player playing in Summer League. He looks like the best young player on the Rocket Summer League team, and they got talent. They got a Hawk over there, a former Hawk over there, but they got talent over there. Shit's crazy. And he looks head and shoulders better than a lot of them. He looks head and shoulders better than Cam Whitmore. And everybody knew about the glaze that was going on with Cam Whitmore last year.
He looked better than people on the roster.
Look crazy.
Oh, on the roster now. He look better than Van Fleet. I ain't gonna lie.
No funny shit. He looks better than people on the roster. I do want to ask B Souls, as those highlights roll, what is the purpose of Summer League? Because I think a lot of people, again, some of these may be overreactions, some of these may be, underreactions. But what is the purpose of Summer League? What are people really supposed to even get out of something like this?
For players or for fans? I think for players, it's a transitionary period into the league.
No, for fans, really.
For fans, I mean, it's the first look of the new draft prospects in the league. I think it just depends on how you truly value Summer League and how reactionary you are. But you're either gonna, overreact to these clips and these games, or you're just gonna, hey, I really want to wait till the season starts to really make my assessments. So
do you put stock in it for real? Like if I don't know, Seko Dumboyu goes out there and puts up like 65 in Summer League, are you putting stock in that?
Nah, honestly, not really. Because even for NBA players' rookie season, I try to put not too much stock in. Because I feel like just with young players alone, like, we just give up on them or hype them up way too quick. And it just ends up fucking up their career. We're either giving up on them too quick or we're overhyping them too much. So if I'm not even going to do that for their first full season in the league, I don't see why I should overreact to their Summer League. So.
I'm all for excitement for young players, 1,000%. You already know I'm the guy that, hey, I'm not about to wait 5 years to tell you that Luke is top 10. I'm not about to wait 3 years to tell you he's the greatest player I've seen in my life. Like, it is what it is. But I don't value Summer League too much. The one reason is, yes, you're seeing relative to the other drafted players, former other high lottery picks, whatever, yap. For me, I just think that it's like such a condensed version of basketball. And I also think that any expectation that can be seen as unfair for a rookie entering the league is just that, unfair for a rookie. So, like, let's say Reed drops 30 again, and then he gets to the league and he has some 12-point games, some 10-point games. Now we're disappointed in a guy that half of y'all weren't even like over the top about prior to the draft. It was all about Sarr. And now it's like, and I'm not saying nobody had hype for Reed Sheppard. Let me be clear before y'all start typing. But you get what I'm saying. I like if Reed Sheppard was Dalton Connect, if Dalton Connect was dropping 30 left and right, and then when the Lakers start playing basketball, he's averaging 8, 6, 10 type shit. I don't want any of that going on. I understand that a lot of NBA fans, basketball fans even, would be mature enough to understand roles play a factor, but still, I'm not trying to hear any of that. So I look at Summer League. I'll take the positives out the Summer League, but like in the situation with Alexander Sarr, for example, I'm not going to be like, oh yeah, he's just ass offensively, unless it's like over the top. Like, yo, I saw this man airball 8 straight times, and it's like, okay.
I mean, I would just say, because I disagree with Souls, and I somewhat agree, but still disagree with Sage to a point. I think for Summer League as a fan, this is your first time to see a lot of these prospects. A lot of NBA casuals don't watch any other brand of basketball at all, unless it's in highlight form or in form of there's a caption above some highlights on Twitter. Other than that, they're not watching many forms of basketball, many brands of basketball. So this is their first time seeing these guys come from overseas or even from college. So you get a chance to gauge what talent level they have, what they actually can do before they're condensed down, like Sage is saying, to a role on an NBA team where they won't have these numbers. Dalton Connect's giving you 17 here, 20 here, 15 here with a flurry of moves. But I know when he gets on the court with LeBron and AD, with D'Lo handling the rock, he's about to be a corner sitter. But it's nice to know what we do have. If we have somebody coming off the bench, someone goes down, or what foundation you have. With Reed Sheppard, no, I don't expect Reed Sheppard to go averaging 25 points when the season starts. But him being able to perform the way he's able to perform, I know where his floor is, and his floor is a lot higher than I assumed it would be. and he has the tools to do certain things at an NBA level. So I do feel like there's stock to put into these young players when it comes to summer league, because you didn't know about them, and it's absolutely fair to Sarr and Sheppard. You didn't watch Kentucky, you didn't watch the NCAA tournament. You heard about him in the draft, and now the first time you're seeing him, you're like, yo, this little nigga's amazing. Now carry that. Now, when we get into the season, you know, okay, at least I know Reed Sheppard on the Rockets, he has talent. Now, how much of that talent is going to be used by the Rockets? I have no idea. But I do know he has talent. Now, the negatives, that's up to the fan. If you're a dumb fan and you want to say, oh, this guy sucks, he stinks, you have the right to say that. You're a fan. That's what fans are supposed to do. But at the same time, you should be able to take the context of, hey, man, it's an adjustment period. As long as you're willing to be proven wrong, I can sit there and call Ricochet a bum all I want. When he starts hooping, it's my duty as a fan to make that decision. Am I going to be a hater or I'm going to be objective?
So let me ask this. This is just a simple question. Just add, subtract. Can Summer League, based off of the stock that you had going into it, can Summer League only add, or add and subtract? That's the question.
I'd say it can subtract given unforeseen circumstances, but 90% of the time it should only be an addition thing.
What's the situation where it subtracts?
Let's say you're touted to be one of the best ball handlers, one of the best athletes, and you're not only turning the ball over, which you can't go left, but then everyone's outrunning you. Like unforeseen, what the fuck happened shit. Like if Victor Wembanyama, this guy, the 7'5" guard like skill guy that's supposed to be able to space the floor, he just not only never makes a three, but he only makes put back layups. Like, all right, what are they hiding? So like shit like that. But outside of that, and I might even extend that to 95, because what I'm talking about is severely drastic. For the most part, I think it's a positive thing, because even if you try to be negative or want to argue negative, you have to like go over the top of just ignoring adjustment periods, ignoring the player, just simply trying. Honestly, all of it is adjustment period. You have to ignore so many excuses as to why they're not performing well enough to be like, oh yeah, this player is just worse. So it's damn near like you're hating, as Damo would mention. So yeah, I'd say it's mainly an addition thing.
Bezos, add or can add and subtract?
I'm gonna retweet Sage. Mostly add, like 20% subtract. It'd have to be like really extreme. I think to Damo's point, like if there is one thing to take away from the summer league is a player's like upside and what they could bring to the table. But the mistakes, because they're so young, because summer league as a whole is such a small sample size, I just can't really overreact that much.
Damo, I got a different one for you. So a lot of people have issue with the fact that because summer league can really only add, just based off of the little consensus that we got up here, because of the time to prep and all that stuff, there are a lot of notable second-year guys who are not playing. Third-year guys who are not playing. Victor Wembanyama, which I think he has an obligation to the Olympics or whatever the case may be. But I think it would be safe to say if it wasn't Olympics time, he still would not be there. Brandon Miller is not out there. Most notably, my generational point guard, Scoot Henderson, is not out there. Do you think because of what Summer League can do for a player's stock that these guys should be forced to play in Summer League?
One, I want to say
Brandon Miller did play, by the way.
I know he played like one game or a little bit, and then he's done though. He's done.
Okay.
I was gonna say add and subtract. I feel he can do both. And secondly, I thought Brandon Miller was on the team, the USA select team too. So that's probably why he wasn't as much as a participant. But if he played, he played. I don't think they need to play though. I feel like if you're a proven second-year player, I mean, it's cool to play. I feel like it should be up to the team and the players to have that option. Summer League to a second-year player to me is nothing but guys showing how much their games have developed or just trying to stay active and participate with some of their potential new teammates. But other than that, I mean, Scoop blind ass should play. But Brandon Miller shouldn't play. He was approved. I feel like if you made an all NBA rookie team, if you were a proven rookie that had a good rookie year, or what the consensus would consider a good rookie year, no, you shouldn't have to play. What are you playing for? Especially if you're doing things in the summer, playing on Olympic teams, anything like that. That gives you a valid excuse to not play. But people who are bad second year, people who have bad rookie years and need to develop, Scoot, yeah, buddy, I think you should be playing. Keontae George, yeah, yo, inefficient ass should be out there still trying to get your shots up and get your shots in and keep playing. A good case of this would be Jabari Smith Jr. last year. He went in the summer league and showed everybody his offensive bag has developed.
I have a problem with that. I have a problem with that.
Have a problem with what? So my thing is, and Jabari Smith may be maybe a tad bit different, but I still think he fits in line. If your organization and if your franchise has already bought into you for at least the foreseeable future for the next couple of years, I think that spot should be reserved for guys to be making an NBA roster. I don't think that there would be any question about Scoot Henderson being on the Portland Trailblazers roster. They've already decided to spend a third pick overall on him. So it's pretty clear that he's going to be on the team year 2. But if he's going to take a spot from a guy that we need to see more out of, or who's on a 2-way, or you know what, we want to fill up the big position and we just need to get him out here, let's go ahead and do that. We could also be satisfied with his development out there. I don't think it would do any good, because I think that last year, if I'm not mistaken, Jabari Smith went out there and shot up damn near all the balls, facilitated some, but shot up all the balls. That's cool. There's a guy who desperately needed an opportunity to showcase what he had and didn't get that opportunity because Jabari was shooting up all the balls.
But I think at the same time, you could argue that you stay loyal to the guy that you did draft. So, like, for example, if Scoot Henderson hasn't shown enough to where it's like, oh, yeah, he's generational, or he doesn't need to be generational, but, oh, yeah, bright future, point guard of the future, whatever. I think there's on the same coin, different side, you could argue, hey, Scoot Henderson is our guy. We need to show Scoot that, hey, we're willing to take time with him. We're willing to be patient. We don't give a fuck about no media. We don't give a fuck about fan appeal, nothing. Scoot's our guy. So what we're going to do is we're going to place you in a league where everyone is around your age group for the most part and or talent level for the most part. And we're going to work on the mistakes that they're making, how you can capitalize on those mistakes, and therefore make yourself a better player, while also giving you a little bit less competition. Just get your confidence back up even. I know that sounds Mickey, but again, we forget that these people are human.
But if you've already seen Scoot versus, because I would say this level is like G League adjacent, right?
Mm-hmm.
You've seen him against G League / G League adjacent level of talent. His issue is with the big boys, right? What does this really do? Now, if he wants to come out there and showcase his movement shooting or spot up shooting, I mean, I guess. But if he's going to be doing the same thing he was doing on the Ignite versus the Ignite level of talent, what does that do but take a spot from another guy?
It does what the Portland Trailblazers want him to do. It's a difference between him being on the G League Ignite, doing whatever the hell he wanted to do on a G League Ignite. But if we're going to the Summer League as a Portland Trailblazers, and I want to see how you manage the pace of running the offense. I want to see how you work in X, Y, and Z situations, because it helps with your development in our system, with our staff, in our team, in our core, in our players. That's a part of your development. That's what we want to see. That's why I said, at the very least, it's optional for the teams. It's like for Jabari Smith, that was a part of it. That was a part of his development of getting him more comfortable in situations to score the ball, which led into the season he had where he looked like a better offensive player. I can understand where you're like, okay, this is taken away from somebody that needs this opportunity, but I'm not going to lie. The Kings got 2 G League teams. There's other teams where you can go and get a spot and try to get the opportunity. I get that that's a spot, but at the same time, the Rockets had, at that time, they had 1,000 Wowzen picks, and they have a finite amount of people that were even going to make the roster because they're going to be drafting 7 deep in the next 8 drafts, whatever it is. They're going to have a ton of spots. There's going to be reserved for picks. If last year they decided, nah, we want to use Jabari Smith's development to put him on a court with Amin Thompson and whatever other young Cam Whitmore, whoever it was, and this is going to help his development, that's going to help their development. Same thing with Jeremy Sochan last year, playing point guard reps for the Spurs. In retrospect, everyone looks at that like, oh, man, Pop's out here trolling. No. What's the best way to get somebody that has a point forward ceiling or has that type of potential outside of running practice drills? Hell, we're not trying to win anyway. Let's develop on the fly. Let's put you in real game situations.
But they did that during the season as opposed to Jabari. And mind you, I think Amin got hurt like game 1.5. So I don't. And one, we also know about the Trailblazers organization. Sure, he ran wild. Scoop would run wild with the G League Ignite. The Trailblazers gonna be running wild anyway. So I don't really see too much of a difference in what he would have.
Do you have a problem with Cam Whitmore on the team this season, or is this just like a Jabari Smith specific?
Is Cam Whitmore solidified on the Rockets roster?
Yes,
pretty much. Yeah.
Y'all would think so?
Yeah.
I mean, what do you mean? Do we think so? He has a guaranteed contract with him. Yeah.
I don't mean he can't be.
He has a spot compared to everybody on that roster. Yeah, he has a solidified spot next year.
One, yes, it's still applicable, but two, get your black ass off there. But yeah, no, it would still be applicable. I can see what you're saying, but I don't know if I would believe, which is going to lead me into these next stats that I have, that okay, you have a good summer league and then it shows in the season, and I think that this is some like direct 1-to-1 correlation, like, oh, Jabari was a better scorer this season and it's because he played in the summer league. And I'm not saying that's all you're saying, but
no. But I would just say
as well. So,
but sometimes it's not even just about the numbers or how well the numbers look. Like I said, sometimes it can just be intangible things that can't be quantified into numbers that they want to see based off the system they have, the people they have in place, and a plethora of things. So again, when it comes to school, yeah, we can sit there and think on the baseline level of, all right, can you up your points per game or score dominate on this level? But like I said, if he can go out there amongst these guys and address the change in pace situation or address him looking better in pace and space and controlling the tempo, that might be a win for them. That might be something they'd be like, all right, well, no, that's a W for us because now we're seeing the development in game. And I mean, we can sit here and say, yo, you can bring in G League guys and run organized games in practice, but with Summer League, there's a difference. There's a crowd. It's on national TV. More people are seeing it. You're going to deal with social media. It's more like what you're going to be dealing with in the regular season versus what we can give you in practice. So it's more developing on the fly, in my opinion.